Hello everyone. Welcome back to another stream. Probably don't need this part counter. How's everyone doing today? We're up to no good again. We're making more Lego Mots. And of course, camera wasn't synced up. There we go. We got a few things playing today. A couple of contests. Pick and choose which one we do. One only has 2 days left. One only has 6 days left. Just how things work out. Last minute. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Let's see what we have. Should be able to pull it up for everyone to see. So we have the choices of Lego ideas, build your perfect vacation. And I've always been thinking since this was announced that the perfect vacation for a Lego person would be peace and quiet. Just a dude smacked in his bed, fluffy as can be, all the comforter just completely consuming him. All you see is his nose sticking out. That was my thought for that one. Could be a good one. Could be a fun one. Would probably be mostly digital if we start building it. I don't really want to build that one physically, whether I finish or not. But I think we could definitely knock that out in one sitting. Alternatively, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I saw, not that one, that the Xeno War contest is still going up by, who is this again? Zach Hiron? And this one I thought would be a fun one to do. Be motivating for me to build another alien, get another creature going. I had a bit of a space bounty hunter character going. I never quite finished him, so I thought this would be the perfect time for that. So this contest could be a good motivator to just finish up that character. He fits all the criteria. I would just have to give him some crazy weaponry. But that one ends at the end of the week. Not sure if I want to do that one or the perfect vacation, which ends in 2 days. However, this one does have some big boy prizes. If I ever win a contest on stream, these prizes are going to be redistributed to anyone watching. So I am leaning a bit more towards this one rather than the other one is like a $30 voucher. I looked a little bit at the contestants for this one so far. On the entrance, there's some really good ones in there. There was someone that already built a bed and someone just snoozing. But I think the one I had in mind would be different enough. And hopefully the simplicity of it would make it a little bit more detailed, a little bit more refined. So this one definitely looks pretty good. But I had a little bit different ideas than just what we see here. So I think we'll try to pull that off. Get back to the top. Yeah, just build a unique holiday. Fortunately, mine's no longer unique, but we're going to try to roll with it. Let's see what we got. So we're going to run through Studio and do that. I'm going to get my scale of the bed first, which I'm thinking 16 by 16 base plates. And either 2 or 1.5. It would be funny to do 1.5 and have the guy kind of just sticking out. So we might go with that instead. Want to get all the funny little bits in there. Anything we can do to make it help stand out a little. So for starters, I know exactly what I want to build first. And that will be some big, fluffy, pink slippers. So we'll start with oh, the piece I have in mind, I don't think has been implemented to Studio yet. So we might have to go with some alternatives. There's a newer slope that was just introduced in the Sonic Tornado set. I had to look this one up because that's the only set it's appeared so far. A nice 2x2 curved kind of macaroni piece, but it's a brick. Let me pull up. Ooh. Bricklink over here. Let me just find us a part number. Oh, what was it? It was the Cyclone. And I'm just going to look up the set. I'm going to look up the parts. And then we're going to get a part number from that. See if that brings us directly to what we need. It is a 5924. Okay, it is in Studio. So we'll use that for the top of our fluffy slipper. And I believe there's a tile now that is half round, half flat. Let's see if we can find that. Yep. I haven't used that piece yet myself, so this is new to me. And then to keep the round front, I'm going to use some snot. Instead not on top. And get rid of that one because it's not as curved. Alright, let's do Wahya. There we go. Get it nice and round. And then I'm going to want to play around with a little bit of trickery. Oh, but we do want... Okay, I have some ideas. Ideas are flowing. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a jumper. Let's set that on this side. Here, and right now we'll set the color for later. I want a bright pink. I believe that's the current pink. Could be a bright purple too, but I don't. As much as I've used Studio and as used to Bricklink as I am, I don't remember every single piece or every single color. So we'll just do that for now. And we will want to plate. We're gonna make that tan. Start getting the foot in there. Don't have to worry about details like toes or anything, just cover it right up. Alright, let's get rid of that nasty hole in there. Just need a brick. Because the bottom of our slipper will be seen. Alright. Now I might do a little bit of cheating here to get it back on to the grid, although we could do something a little bit more legal. Here's one of these. Oh, but we're already out of space. Never mind. So we might do a little bit of Bricklink cheating here. Just to get this into place. Now we got that. Don't worry about the white stud on top. This is the cheating nature of Studio. Let's see. Might go with... I want to go with something else, but for now, let's just extend this. Get some bricks going in there. And then we'll want to round out the back of that slipper. Because it's the heel, I might go with a bit more angular nature. I was thinking of making it round too, but I think as far as slippers go, they're a little different on each end. So I think that'll look just fine. We need our guy to be as cozy as can be. It's got to be a nice fluffy slipper. If there's a bigger build, I'd make it bunny slippers, but I think we'll just do the classic pink. Classic pink. All right, let's get some different plates in here. Start extending the foot out. I want to start defining those features. I haven't worn slippers in a long time myself, but I'm pretty sure it just kind of covers your toes. Anyone can correct me if they want. And theoretically, I could have connected this with some snot underneath, but most of the snot bricks would also show up on the other side, getting this odd number. Let's see if we can get... Actually, I might switch it to 2 plates at this point for the heel of the character. And we'll need a little bit of a transition piece. So I'm thinking brick with clip. And we'll need a bar. So we'll use the 1x1 inkwell piece. Bar. It's got a bar. And that will have our heel rounding back out. Now we might just grab some plates. And cover that right on up. Now we got the back of our leg. Is that looking like a leg? Yeah, it's supposed to be a little more round, but working with what we got. Might remove that and put a jumper instead. We can transition this to a 2x2 round area. There we go. And we will just make that our foot. We're gonna have 2 of them. Kind of line them up for now. And that will be our start of our guy, our duder. I think the majority of them will be under the blanket, so that should be pretty easy to not have to worry about human proportions and everything. That was one thing I wanted to work on right away, because I had a few ideas flying around. So we're gonna grab some Z's. I'm gonna work on that for him. Oh, the piece I'm thinking of. It's a tile. It doesn't come up under tile, so might do a bit of browsing here. See what we can find. It's literally just an inverted tile, but clearly it's marked as something else. Probably smooth bottom or something silly like that. Defining it just ever so slightly with a different word. Oh, what is it? Didn't quite find it with that, so we'll do 1x3 width. Aha, It is a tile. Don't know why it didn't show up before. Alright, we'll get a clip. Clippity-doo-dah. Clippity-day. Number 2 tile. We're just going to work on the Z right now. So we can showcase these sleeping. 2x2 plate modified. Let's see if we can find it. We're going to use the one that's half a tile, half a plate for our connection point to the backer. That way we still get a smooth top in the front, but we have some studs in the back that we can hide away inside a wall. Alright, with that, I think we have everything for an idea of Z. We're going to do 2 of these. The tile on one, and inverted on that. Now, because it's studio, I'm going to have to play around with these angles until we get just right. Just right. So I'm going to assume that is roughly a, I want to call it a 45. I think it's closer to a 50. Start to see how that looks. It's a little off, but not quite noticeable enough that it's going to bother me. That's going to be our Z. We should name it that for now. And then we can have 3 of those over here that we'll put in a little bubble above them. A nice rounded bubble. We might do the bubble next. That will be a good transition. So we're going to just grab some round parts. Sorry, curved. Curved. You gotta get your terminology down so that way you can find all the parts you need. So we have these classic kind of brick slopes, which I think will be the majority of it. So let me get the different sizes. I'm gonna use the new ones. I haven't built around with those yet, but they should be good. Just they shaved off one plate on the bottom of these brick curves. So nothing too crazy. Get a few different, that's roughly the same. Get some different styles of curves going. Try to make it a little dynamic. Nothing too crazy though. I'm gonna get some bricks going and laying those down. So I'm thinking with our Z's, we'll try to stagger them by a couple plates each, so it kind of drifts away. So let's do that. Give them probably 1 stud of space is enough. And we'll separate them by roughly, we'll do 2 plates. 2 plates of height. So it's a little higher each time, little increments. So with that, we can get our bricks back. Start laying these in there. Didn't really need that last one there, but we're gonna just duplicate the brick, call it good. These are looking a little far apart, so I might scrunch that just a bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. So let's grab everything. Center that bottom one. There we go. That's looking a lot better. A lot better. So then we can just simply start laying some more bricks back here to give us our white background for the Z's. And we'll try to have them kind of moving with the Z's. There we go. And then fill out this area just a little. Just a little bit. There we go. So now we got our center point. Now we gotta make it feel as bubbly as can be. So doing that, we're gonna add some of these slopes, but we're gonna start sprinkling in different textures. Not different textures, but different angles. So what we might do is split some of these. And then we can merge them back together and get rid of the ends. Now it'll give us somewhere to add some snot bricks. More studs not on top. And I'll just slide that brick in for now. Alright, I think we'll just go simply by just lathering it with snot bricks. I always find those easily just by typing in the brick size and then studs, because it's trying to finish it as studs on side. We'll go with that. Oh, come on. Now I'm fumbling with angles. So I might go with that into a bit more of a rounded one. Let's get a tile to hold these in place. Not quite as curved as I want it to be. Luckily there's this newer one for that. Might be able to hide that ugliness. Not quite as bubbly. Not quite as bubbly as I wanted. Like a nice little cloud. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. Not loving it the most. But it's kind of working. And then I think from this side, we will immediately start pivoting to snot pieces on this side. Let's see. So I'm gonna want maybe some plates to fill this up. Now when it comes to Studio, you don't even have to type in the X for 1x4, 1x6, etc. You just kind of leave a space in there. And it will figure it out in the search. So we will just move some things around. And we'll start our snot bricks over here. Just do that. It's a little awkward on that one. Not sure how I feel about that. Maybe we move some parts around. Whoa. That's a good old Studio just not wanting to place things in the right spot. All right, okay, all right, calm down. Calm down there. There we go. Now for this, we'll probably just do a little bit of cheating again. Definitely some legal ways to do it, but don't you worry. We're just gonna skip ahead. Something you can get away with on studio rather than physical. That studs not being connected at all, but it fills in the gap. Smooth it out just a little. Yeah, it's a cloud, right? That's how puffy clouds look. Maybe. I think I really need to rework on this shape. It's not. Also way over onto the side here. Just want a nice fluffy cloud. And this is, I don't know what's going on. This is like ear shaped on this side. I don't know what went wrong. So I think instead we'll just trim it down. Take all this out for now. Move that up there. We're gonna put this under this spot. Our cloud has ears. It's listening to everything we do. Watch out on that. It might just catch you off guard. All right. So, trim our cloud down, pull out the fat just a little. We are going to put this in there as soon as it lets me. The collision is on, so it's going to deny me to do anything I want. All right. It's better. It's definitely better, but it's still a little weird. I need to work on my clouds. This little bump probably doesn't need to be there. I think probably just okay. It's moving way in. Not the puffiest, not the roundest, but not the worst either. All right. It would help if I could spell these things right. Curve. Just going to use that to fill in the gap a little. Don't want too much showing through. Oh, actually, we could do a little bit of this. Yeah. Get rid of some of those creases. Have less bricks in there. Now for the bottom, I could just go with inverted slopes, but I can also invert our progression with this. So that's what I'm going to go with. And I'm going to see if I can get us, just kind of copy and paste some of these. There we go. And then we can do a little bit of this. Probably for the underside. Just gonna give us a bigger upside down surface to work with. Oh. Wants to cooperate. And this might be another spot where I want to remove some of this lower layer. It's a bit too far down, but at the same time, if I do that, the math on the side gets kind of wonky, chunky and wonky. So we might have to get a little closer to that first. Boy, this is not my best cloud. Not my best cloud. The slippers worked a lot better, but this cloud, oh, this cloud is not one to be proud of. Yeah, don't hate it. I do hate it, but can't hate it that much. So I think what needs to happen is I need to move them down just a little. So for this one, nice and easy, if Studio wants to cooperate. So we have our connect tool for. And now this is where it'll get a little messy. So you'll want to dig down into this a little. Just move those to the side, put this up. I'm going to turn collision off. We'll have less things freaking out. Slide that under there. Just kind of clean up a little. We'll get rid of our nice big brick over here. But it's a sacrifice we're going to have to make just to lower it. So I only lowered it by one plate, but I do think that looks a little better, at least on this top right side. I don't like how much extra space there is over here, but I think for now we're just going to have to go with it. And as a basis for some more kind of dots going up to the cloud, I think we'll use this to start. And we're just going to copy it, paste it a couple times. So it looks like we can center this around a 1x1 with studs on all sides. And then I'll just make it into one big dot. And before I delete that, we'll get a plate, put it underneath, and we're going to do our little bit of cheaty again with Studio, because nothing is now connected on this model, but it doesn't matter, because it looks nice. Now before I make that into a submodel, let me duplicate it once. And we're going to get rid of the outer layer so we can have this be a smaller dot. I might need to come back to this one and clean it up because it is a bit jagged now. Doesn't quite have that smooth nature we want with the original. Let's see, mic is working, just gotta check. Felt like the mic was being jank on me. Alright, we got some dots. Don't know. You can definitely smoothen out this one. Definitely can. Not sure what we want to do to smoothen it out. We could also just go simple with the dish pieces. But I think at least for an even smaller dot, we got that. Now if we do the dish though, we'll have the stud in the middle. And I kind of like how this is turning out studless so far. we'll definitely want to come back to that middle dot. And I don't even think that's a single piece. All right. We will turn this into Z Cloud for now. Be the big one. And then we'll have our dot dot dots. Oh, there goes the music again. I need to set it up differently so it doesn't cut out every so often. All right, we got our Z's, we got our dots. We can get back to the big guy or start working on the whole room from start to finish. Now, I think we'll just do some simple wooden texture for the base. And with that, I think of the masonry brick. We got some nice large plank designs. Well, thin planks. That might not be the best bet. But it might be something we just go with for now. Because I know for studio contests, they really do look less at the techniques and more at the overarching picture, the design of the build. So I'll just start sprinkling these in, getting a little bit of random variation in there. And with that, we'll have the start for our floor. All right, and with that much done, get this round out of here. I can now probably just pull it over here and then copy paste it a little. And then come back and fill in some gaps. This is probably way too much, but from here we can just fit in as many bricks as we can. Definitely need to pull out the smaller variation of this piece. Fill up some of the gaps that way. Ooh. And I think from here, we'll just do a little bit of randomization. We'll move that to nougat, medium nougat. Might not look quite right against the brown. Let's see if we can select by color. Just quickly grab these. Move it to maybe black. We don't want it sticking out too much. We want it to stay dark. Because we're gonna go with that really nighttime vibe. There's a bit of an awkward overlap there. That's not how that was supposed to work. There we go. And then we will trim this down so it's a bit more square. Might be a bit too small for his bed. But like I said, we'll just roll with it. Yeah, not worry too much about the randomization out here, because I don't know how much is going to get trimmed much later. It is a bit of a simple design for the floor, but it's definitely going to be more of a background thing. And this just allows us to get on with the next part. Let's see, what we want to do for the in-betweens. Probably one by one. Do one by ones in dark brown. Oh. And have those as our little filler bricks. But also break the texture. I don't really like the black, but at the same time, I know the masonry does not come in dark brown. I suppose we could try dark red for that. That's another thing I'm uncertain of. The dark red might overall look better. I want to stick to the darker colors, like I said, just to really exaggerate the nighttime feeling. We'll probably have a window with a black sky, and then the walls of the room will probably be dark blue. Or the bedding might be dark blue, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see how these look in dark red. Just get a little bit of more color in there. Not the biggest fan of it, but I think it looks better than the black. We'll just connect it all for now. Set that to the side. Yeah, the problem is that we're going to have these bright pink slippers. That's going to really distract from the darker colors. I might have to go with something of a purple hue. Now, let's see. Might as well give him a bed to sit on. So let's do something a little funky for the bedpost instead of 2x2s. Let's get our snot brick back. We're gonna do the one with all sides. And then we're gonna pull up a rail piece. And for this, no, I don't need to fill it all in because it's not a physical build, like we talked. But in reality, you will be able to do this. Just put 2 plates in between each. If you want, you can do the hollow studs and then run a bar all the way through. But with this, we can make this studded texture almost in a 2x2. And now it's in more. It should come in brown. Look at that. No, it does not come in brown. Well, we're building this one in brown. So it can be a wooden leg. And I think what we'll do, we'll definitely pretty up the bottom just a little. So let's do a 2x2 jumper. And we'll put a 2x2 plate on top. Just to kind of get it back on the grid so it's not off-centered. and then do a little bit of decorative feet that way. So I'm thinking we'll use this piece, and then we'll put some tiles on it. Actually, let's do ingots. Give it extra little bit of texture. Now we have our bed feet. We'll just call this bed leg. That way we can duplicate it later. It is a bit tall for the scale, but I think it'll be fine once we start getting the bed on there. So we'll pull the bed over. Our flat bed. Actually, put it back just a little bit. Kind of want to work on the bed frame. And this will give us kind of a scale to work with. As we'll have these two down here. And for now, let's just get a 2x14 plate. Oh, this archway could be fun. It's a bit short. Also, we don't need a 2x14. We're going to need 2x18, which isn't a thing. So we'll do an 8 and a 10. And we'll connect them in the middle. Oh, we don't even need that. It's 2 on each side. Not bad. So we use that as our base for the headboard. Now, this one on this end needs to be short enough that his legs can go over. So we'll make that pretty simple. Let's use some curved pieces. 1x3 inverted curve? Nope. Arch. The arch bricks is what I was thinking. So we will have this pretty simply here. Might do one on the edges too. Might need to give this just a little extra thickness because it does feel a bit skimpy. We'll do a 1x1 with studs. Sus. Oh my goodness, please. Oh jeez. Can't land squat. Can't land squat. And let's get plate to fill in those gaps. It's getting a little ugly down there. Ooh. Doesn't quite want to go in. There we go. And then we will get some tiles to smoothen this off. Get a jumper. And we are going to replicate this design with the replicate these designs with the ingots for the edges. And for the center, oh, let's do Technic Ball. Which has the connection point of a stud. Put it right there. So let's do this in brown. Oh, what did we miss? One ingot was not highlighted. There we go. And I don't quite like this design just yet, but I think we need to see how it fits first before making any decisions. Oh, connect. Gonna connect 4. Actually connecting 8. 1 each. Okay, not terrible. Not the worst. Definitely could be. Definitely needs a little bit more below. So I think what we'll do for that is let's get 1x2 brick with groove. Ooh. Give me a little bit of something like this. Oh, if it wants to cooperate. Alright, we're gonna do this an awkward way. So it wants to throw it right in there. Now all this brown on brown probably doesn't look great for the view. Hopefully you're all able to track what I'm doing here. There we go. We'll have those like that. And then because we'll have this seam in the middle, I'll do something a little different. So a 1x3 would do it. Or better yet, we can do some snot work here. Let's just get the tried and true one we had earlier. Oh, but we'll still be an odd number. Decisions. I think what we'll do I think we'll still go with the idea I'm thinking of. But instead, we're just going to have to use some jumpers up top. Jumpo. That's how I make my spelling errors. Jumpo. So we can set them up right there and there. And try putting some of these sideways for some additional texture. Oh, here, let's wait on that. Let's get a tile in there. Finish off this subsection. And now, copy mirror. Well, bam. Right in there. And let's get some jumpers back into place. Fill in the gap. And let's see what we want to do the rest of the way. It's only going to be a brick tall. So I might want to start working on plates here and work our way up. Oh, come on. There we go. It's also finicky. Oh, there's force connection. Now, I'm going to go with the panel piece. Close off our gaps that way. Oh, if it wants to cooperate at all. At all. Come on. Okay. Do that and that, then put some jumpers here to hold it in place. Even though, again, the jumpers are pretty much useless for the fact that don't have to worry about stability in this. We're just gonna alright, and then ignoring these back two, turn this all brown. A little bit of texture on the headboard. Footboard? The headboard's the big one in the back. I don't know what you'd call this then. Alright, and then I think I'm going to replicate this for the headboard. Oh, I suppose one thing we should do is make it look like these are connected. Alright, and let's get the Z's out of here too, so they're not in the way. Come back to that later. So let's get a slope. What are we feeling for slope? Maybe a simple cheese wedge is all we need. We'll make it a different color. Or we might want something taller so it transitions better. Let's see. Only need one. And yeah, it's gonna be really close. So we could try just a traditional slope piece. Definitely fits a lot better. And I'm thinking tan. I don't know. Maybe dark brown, just so it sticks out a little. All right, I think tan looks a little better. Now let me know how you think. What do y'all think? I suppose I could go with... Where'd it go? I can go with the thing I was thinking of, if I could find it. A little more like that. Maybe? The gap is not great. But at least we get rid of the one stud out here. For better or for worse. For better or for worse. Yeah, not my favorite. Not my favorite so far. So I wonder, can we sneak in one of these instead? We want to make it brown because otherwise that top notch is gonna look bad. But that definitely looks better, at least in my opinion. So we'll reuse that for the other side. And that'll be our footboard for now. Footer board. Board to board. Alright, and for the backer, what we're gonna do is take out all of this and all that. This, all that. we are going to release these two so we can modify them. Get a low angle, so I make sure I highlight everything. And we're just going to double the height here. Once it lets me. Once it lets me. There we go. There we are. And we're going to use this for our header board. So for now, we can just reattach all of this. Bring it centered. And voila. It's just the same, but taller. So to accentuate that it's just taller, we're going to take out all of this. And we are just going to copy paste some of this stuff to extend it tall. Oh, there we go. I'm thinking 3 of these. Once again, if it lets me. If it lets me, chat. Oh, there we go. And we'll make these taller. This will probably really freak out. There we go. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Alright. And now, in a moment of truth, I shall add... I don't know. What do you guys think of that header board? It's a little, maybe a little too tall for a bed, maybe not. I think I'm going to shorten it at least just by a tad. So to do that, we are going to split these. A lot of splitting. A lot of splitting. And we're just going to remove one little layer now that it's split. If I wanted this to look good, I would move the split ones to the bottom. But that'll be something if I remember to do it later. Nope, I had too much there. Just moving it down a hair. It's feeling a little too big there. There we go. Now it's not quite double the height. Something a little more on the mellow side. Now, let's try to get everything lined up. Oh, it doesn't want to work. Oh, it doesn't want to work. Good old studio. Still didn't work. It's all off by half a brick. There we go. Fun with studio. Okay, and now since we only moved 2, we should be able to copy these over too. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It is off just by a little. Oh, well, I know how to fix this. We just don't need that extra stud now. There we go. Just connects right to the plate. Now, realistically, I don't believe this would be, well, it could possibly be a good measurement. I think this, on a real piece, the stud logo would be intersecting and possibly just barely the bump. Because we are going, well, no, we're on half a stud each. So yeah, it'd just be the stud logo. Would be making that a little illegal, but you could push the limits of it. All right, and we're gonna make the header board a little more fancy. Fancy. I'm going to remove these for now. Yes, our curve back. Curve. Never mind, it's considered an arch. It's just an arch upside down. There we go. We're going to make this one a little fancier in the center, since it is the header board. We will just make the center a tad bit taller. And I think over here we'll add some flourishes in between the arches. Now I did accidentally remove some of these side pieces. So let's get those. Oh. Good old studio being studio. Alright, and then I think all we're missing is one more plate. Fill in those gaps that you can't see right now, but if you get low, yeah. Yep. Alright, so let's add some flourishes here. Let's do the 2 plate and some studs. And then I already know I want to do these on the edges. And let's do jumpers. Okay, now I'll do curved, curved bodied. There we go. And we'll do a cheese slope. Just kind of round it out just a little. Because the slope overextends, I'm actually just going to do that and raise this up a tad. Voila, and that shall be our header board. So for now, let's make this header. And I guess if it's a header, this is a footer. Footer. Footier? Footire. Alright. So those will be top and bottom. I think right now we can actually try to rest our feet on top. Might work on a connection point for these. Because I definitely want them lower. So he's just kind of resting his legs on the header board. What do we want? And we'll do 2x2 tile. Actually, we'll make it this one. And we are going to merge into submile. Apply to all. There we go. And let's get a little bit of a base here, so I can start attaching it. Let's do let's do the new. This is a new brick that I have not even touched yet. Where is it? Aha! I want the technicals for these spots. So let's see what we want to do here. put a Technic pin in there. Now we should be able to line these up just a little bit closer to where they should be. That's one. I took the extra time to make sure it was a Technic pin with friction, and that is completely unnecessary. All right, and then we want his legs to be on it. And we might want this out half a brick more. Give us just a bit more space. I'm actually just going to get rid of the whole other side, and we'll just copy and mirror it in a second. All right, so let us grab all this, move it out a bit further, and then I want it to come down a bit. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to put in a jumper, and this will move it down 2 plates. There we go. The legs are pretty much resting right on there. And now you're going to copy mirror. Look at that, right where I wanted it. Sometimes it mirrors it in other directions. Oh, actually, let's do all of this. Oh, not that. And then we'll switch these to a realistic blue. There we go. And now, from where it's standing, let's merge this. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, everyone. Sorry. Did not quite get the mute off in time. Now I'll be able to just kind of angle these ever so slightly outwards. One of our guy's feet sticking out of the back of the bed. Alright. So let's get this plate up to a good height. Let's do a tall brick. I'm just going to boost it up by 5 bricks in the plate. Yeah. No. Yeah. All we're going to do is just raise it up, but it's still on a measurement. Let's see. What do we have? Now that's centered. Alright, we'll have our bed here. Now we don't need full connection points, so I think this will be another cheating spot where this center bit will not actually be connected in any way, shape, or form. Don't judge me, but I know what I'm doing. Let's do the swan. And then like before, we want to raise this up. So let's just cheat and quickly jump to 1x4. Use this wall. Now it looks bad for now, and boring and plain. But that's because it's just all going to be covered and no one will see any of this anyways. I suppose what I could do is put this wall in the front. Oh, there. Because that part will be seen through the header board, footy board. Also, I was hoping that I had fixed the Twitch crash, but clearly Twitch is still freaking out, so I need to keep checking my settings on what's going on. What's going on? What is going on? So now we'll just do some simple starting with the shaping. think this build is a lot more than I was expecting. So I don't know if I'm going to get it done in time. But we'll keep chugging along. Chug, chug, chug. Alright, and that's clipping there, but I don't care. It will not be seen from the camera angle it'll be taken a photo of. Oh, come on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get in position. Nothing wants to cooperate, does it? Not once. Alright. Well, now we can try to just kind of finagle things in place. Start to get a bigger picture. Bring this in and out. Let's see. Should get things close. Doesn't need to be perfect yet. See what we can do. Need to get these just a little closer to each other too. Oh, and there we go. That's not too bad. Not too bad so far. I still hate how that cloud looks. It's awful. Not very well rounded at all, but it's gonna get the idea across, and that's what matters. So we want big fluffy pillow. Big fluffy pillow. I might go with this 16 by 16 or 16 by 8 first. And we want big curves that just sink right into the middle. So because the nose is going to be sticking out, that will be one spot where it's kind of jumpered open. So that might be our starting point. Get a jumper. And I'm going to put a 3x3 plate right on in there. That'll represent what might be showing for the head, what little will be peeking out. But I'm just going to want a simple, let's do a 1x2 slope. Although we want the nose to be very prominent. What would make for a good nose shape other than a slope? That's a big schnosh. That's a really big schnosh. I might just steal this for now. Get us a started round shape. Maybe. Oh, come on. Don't be so picky. Let's get some plates. Do this one for now. Not quite as high as I want to be. I guess that's because this is jumped up by 2 plates. So we'll need to do something to combat that. And by combat that, I'm just going to Do the simplest thing, make it taller. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. It's not quite looking like the pillow is just encapsulating his face. Let's fill in some of these with bricks. I feel like I need some intermediate slopes. And it's gonna be hard to translate the wrinkles of the bed or the pillow. But I should probably throw in some variety. Just enough so that it's not so stagnant. Oh, I forgot there's these new curves too. I have not gotten any of those. Just 2 plates high, which is crazy. All right, I think these are all the soft curves we want to go with. 3 bricks and 4 bricks long. Oh, there's this one too. I've never seen this one before either. Wild. All right. So we might want something a little sharper for this. Oh, turns out that's the same measurement. Intriguing. Intriguing. All right, so we might want something that gets real crazy. Just pulling out all the curves now. Where's our friend the 3 long? Am I going past it over and over? Am I blind? I'm absolutely blind. Where the heck is it? Oh no. Unless it's defined as something else. I see the filled in one. Alright, because I can't find it. We're going to steal that from this guy too. Cool. I don't know where it was. But that's closer. Oh, it's close. I think we just gotta go with it for now. Oh, and something to fill that in too. Let's do give it some support. Hide that. Hide that. Get a tile in there. Smooth it out. And then I might try to just make the other side very. Let's see. So this curve, if we gave it a plate, would it look better in front or behind? Behind. Okay. Move that up. Move this back. It's kind of getting to the pillow ruffled look. A little bit. Might want to switch to some of these front ones. Of course I didn't pick any up. Curved. Oh, there they were. They were way up here, an arch. They're separated from these. All right. Anyways, get a little bit of these in there for variation. It's a pillow. All right. And let us copy mirror this over. And then we'll try to sprinkle in some variations in there. Yeah, we want this to be big fluffy pillow just curled right back up on him. But we need variations. So let us switch some of these around. Move this one back. Oh, needs a friend. Needs a friend to go along. Move along, move along. It kind of looks like a pillow eating him. Kind of. And then I think simply we will just put some tiles up here to make it white. Oh, although the top could be some slopes. Put those on a plate. Move the plate down one. And then we're getting somewhere. He's being eaten alive by the pillow. I can confirm that. Is it a pillow anymore? I don't know. I don't know. But we can try to smooth out the bottom. Let's get some snot bricks. Start with which one? Which one do we want to do? 1 by 2? Oh, I am so tired. I keep missing this spelling. Alright. Do that. We're going to do this. This, that. This, that, that, that. Bang, bang, boogity, up, jump, the boogie, the rhythm of the boogity beat. Do is split one, share it around. Yeah, I feel like most of this will be hidden away anyways, so we're fine with whatever. We'll get rid of all these plates back here. We'll give these snot bricks too. This will keep our fella nice and comfy. Probably want a nice shallow. I might go with this one. This is the new curve that I haven't dealt with. Very shallow. But we'll also want this and possibly this. We'll put those up front. Don't hate it. It's something I hate. Definitely could use some work. I might go with just those. It might be enough. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe. And then... Oh, don't get the foot. Don't delete the foot. The foot. The foot. Ooh, it's a bit much of a curve. A bit too much for my liking. That's a bit too sharp then. Might just do a plate and then that's a lot of ones. That's a lot of ones. Too many ones, almost. Alright, now let's fill in some of these gaps. Such as that. Right there. Oh, there's a few on this side. Good enough for me. No one will see that side. Oh, that will be seen though. Well, not really. Let's just do that for to be safe. Okay. I'd say it looks kind of like a pillow, you know? Depends on your definition of pillow. It's a pillow. Just fill in the very bottom one, because the rest is going to be in line with bricks. So as long as we have this one little part of the slope covered, we can just kind of lather it with bricks at the bottom, because we'll be back on the grid. And I'm being lazy and just using 1x2s for this 1x1 gap instead of searching for the actual brick. Okay, that elevates a little bit. Might do some good to do a little bit of this. Oop. Again, if studio wants to cooperate. Maybe. There we go. Just in case a little peeks through. Just in case. Alright, we're going to call this pillow. Pillow. And I'm going to have this just sunken in enough that it doesn't fully obscure the header board. That looks pretty good. That was good enough. I don't know. For me, at least. It might be worth bringing the header board back up, but we'll see. We'll see. Definitely need to raise the blankets. And when I do that, the pillows are going to be sunken even more. Then there's our floor over there. Our disembodied floor. Alright, let us... Alright, let's build a mass of parts. Just a lot, just a ton. Because I want to figure out his body, which is going to be a full 16 studs plus 1. It's going to be a full 17 studs. Full 17 studs wide. So instead, let's do cha-cha-cha. And we're gonna get real crazy here. Just use a crazy amount of these pieces. And then we're gonna just start carving away like it's a sculpture. I've done this once or twice before using Studio. to help come up with this kind of idea. But now I gotta go for somewhat of a humanoid shape. Sure, I didn't count it all and draw off a bit. Oh, let's see. Do a top down. 17. 3 too many. There we go. And we're gonna get some height. I think 3 bricks is plenty. If we think about the dude kind of being sunk into the bed a little. How's that look for everybody? We're looking good. We're looking good. Chitting, chatting. Chit, chat, chat, chat away. There's a sleepy man so far. So let's do. I'm just gonna hold down delete. We're gonna start carving away. And I figure he'll have his like arms kind of over his chest. Big honk shoes. Actually, let me know. What do you guys think? Is it honk shoe or are you more of a honk shoe person or are you more of a me person? Honk shoe. 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 Me. Which one be ya? Which one be ya? I might have to go a little wider on this. I did not count the width. That might be handy. In case I'm centered or not. 16 wide. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Let's get back to carving. It's gonna be kind of flowy like a cloth. So no sharp angles here. No sharp angles. Four away. Oh, my math got way off here. Oh, what'd I change? Oh, that's 3. There we go. Benefit of this sculpting thing is that, oh, I deleted 1 too many. Let's just take it from another spot. Okay, so if his hands are up higher, I might add 1 more layer for that. Let's go with a plate instead. Do a little bit of this. It's gonna start to look like a Minecraft villager with its bed folds. It's gonna be a lot of context clues. The feet sticking out, the nose sticking out. You just gotta kind of see it as a body. All right, he's probably not super wide, so let's get rid of a little bit of this. Ah, too many. There we go. Oh, of course, I am the fool. Still too many missing. line that back up. Just a pound of, just a pile of white bricks so far. Isn't that how every build starts? Just a pile of bricks. Just a bunch. Let's see. Their hands are like this, kind of swoops down. So I don't think any of this would be as high. Let me leave. Oh, let's see what we can do here. Let's delete all of this. We're gonna make it 2 plates high instead. Ooh, there we go. A lot of deleting. One big downside of trying to build stuff this way. It takes a long time. Alright. We're gonna go with plates instead. We'll update more of it in a little bit. For now, just want to get some shaping going. Alright, let's do hide this. We're gonna delete this a little faster. Oh, and shimmy right in there. Delete all that. And what we're gonna do is just do a little bit, and maybe a little bit of so the cloth coming back down. All right. And realistically, I probably could have just gone with a straightforward bump under the bed. But where's the fun in that? Could have done just a generic kind of cylinder hump down the middle to represent a person's body, but nah. I won't conform to that simplicity. So I'm going to struggle instead. Alright, back that. Let us insert it. See how it looks. I'll have to do a bit more of a transition from the legs though, because I think that's as low as the legs go. Just about. And I don't think this bump is going to get up to that height. See, he's quite sunken in there. He's quite sunken. Sink him down. Alright, for now, let us merge this. So it doesn't want to run away from us. In different chunks either. And, oop, not that. Hide these. So they're going to interfere. Same with these. We'll leave that for now. All right. Oh, ho, ho. All right. Getting there, getting there. Oh, come on. Come on. It wants to fight. It wants to throw hands. Who else has gloves? Oh, not that one. Not that one. No. All right. Voila. Well, the legs actually kind of work out where that is. But the head needs to move up. So I think I should have made a copy of the headboard. So I think we're going to raise the headboard back to where it was. Maybe. At the very least, this needs to move up. I'm definitely liking it a lot more than I initiated with. You definitely have to really smoothen out this cloth kind of fabric look. Fabric is always a tough one to do in Lego. But he's definitely getting the schnoozes going. Let's move everything closer to the build center. Just for my OCD. Nothing else. Alright, so I think we will... Oh, shoot. Hold on. Show all. Then move. I moved it without some of those pieces still being around. Alright, so we have these slopes. And I think for simplicity's sake, we are going to just use snot bricks. We'll do the 1x2 by 2 by 2 by 2 brick. We are just going to mirror this curve downwards. I think what we'll do is we'll move this snot brick forward. Let's see. And then we will bring it out with a plate and a tile. Plate and a tile. PG Name! How have you been doing? I've been doing quite well. Off to another build for another contest. And it's going to be a fun one. I don't know how you've been doing, but I've been doing quite well. Just overall. Getting stuff done. Getting the big builds ready for October. You're relaxing in your room all day. Oh, well, then you're gonna be like this guy when I'm done with him. He's just gonna be sunken into all the comfortable stuff and schnoozing away. But yeah, we're gonna make this as comfortable as we can make it. Just a guy in his bed, sleeping the day away. Gotta really smooth out the center. But yeah, builds have been going pretty smoothly, pretty nice so far. I think we'll taper at the very bottom just a little. Do that with into slope. Yeah, welcome. Hopefully this day has been super chill for yourself. Just a nice lazy Sunday, if anything. Although this build's slightly stressful because once again I've chosen to do a contest a couple days before it ends. I think there's 2 days left on this one. So I have no one to blame but myself every time I do this with the contest. but I will make the most of it. It was this or Zakaran's Xeno Wars contest he's doing. And I decided to go with the harder one. And I did look a little bit at the contest entrance so far. Get a little bit of a preview. And there already was someone that did Sleeping the Day Away as their entrance. Oh, if I haven't mentioned, the contest is for Dream Vacation. So being the introvert that I am, I think the Dream Vacation would quite literally be dreaming and just being indoors, comfortable as can be. I'm happy with how the slippers turned out. And let's give this bed some color for now. Just paint. Now we're painting. We're painting in Lego. Very much gives me vibes of the old Lego Creator games. Those were ahead of their time for what you could build in them. Now they're super archaic, but I loved it nonetheless. Alright, probably want to trim the blanket up top because that doesn't make sense to go past the pillow. So we'll do a bit of this. Oh. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of Studio. Very helpful with making some quicker designs. Or not always quicker, but designs that you can't quite physically build. It allows for so much more freedom just having full access to the parts inventory. Oh, it didn't let me split that one. That's not helpful. Let's get more curves. More curves. I want that one. Too wide. And I think the other one's considered a wedge. Ooh. I'll just grab both because I'm not thinking straight. One of them's helpful, one of them's not. But yeah, we will keep up with the build streams on Sunday afternoons. And currently we're doing game streams on Thursday afternoons, evenings. So a little back and forth right now. But this way I can slowly whittle away at my view game backlog, because that is getting ever so daunting right now. I let it get a little too wildly out of control. But yeah, there will be plenty of Lego things still going up and around. All right, edge of the bed is looking a little better. Might try to do a little bit of a gray mattress to differentiate it from the pillow. let's get some brackets to start us off. And I feel like I still want to keep the curviness. So we're going to go with a slight curve. Saw this new one in here. I've never used this piece, never owned it. But it also seems a little redundant since we have the 1x versions. Alright, we'll color these gray. Some light bluish gray in there. Apparently that piece doesn't really exist in light bluish gray. But I don't care. I'm using it for the mattress. Alright, we're gonna use white brick. Just kind of let it flatten out at the top. I guess some memory foam comforter, no, memory foam mattresses, thank you, I finally got the word. Memory foam mattresses are great, I believe, but I wouldn't know. I'm old-fashioned with it, not intentionally, it's just cheap to have spring mattresses. Hey, maybe that's where my back problems come from. Once again, no one to blame but myself. Okay, that's looking better. I think once you start getting context clues, the things make a bit more sense. I still don't like how the pillow looks. But everything else around it kind of helps it pop. That's what we can do. I don't know if everything is going to be, or the comforter is going to be blue in the end, but for now, it gives us a nice contrast to see what we're dealing with. I probably could have just selected the whole model, submodel, and made it blue as a whole. But I did it the wrong way. No, screw it. Everything's blue now. Should have just done that from the beginning. We're not here to do everything the right way. Just a way that works. Alright. These should probably all be curves. This doesn't look the greatest. And probably everything can go down one plate. I think we'll start with this going down one. Clips a little, but whatever. And this needs to go down. Alright. What to do about these curves. I guess we'll start playing around with different curve types. Got that. Got that. Now I did hurt my viewership just a little bit by completely severing the Instagram side, but I felt like trying to branch out, get a bit more growth through Kick. For anyone watching on Kick right now, but Kick still has a lot it needs to do to make it better. There is no Lego or brick builder community. Maybe they can work on that. But I also have the limitation of I can only have one stream that is vertical, one horizontal. So Kick gets the unfortunate vertical and only vertical option. But honestly, I don't even know anyone that uses Kick. Just thought I'd try it out. Just see what sticks. I always felt like Twitch did everything pretty much where you need it to be. Everything's set just right. Let's get these bricks to a nice level, so they're not awkwardly clipping through everything. But yeah, the whole social media game is just forever a mystery to me. Yeah, people make it work, but not me. Not me. Oh, I thought I selected everything. This build does not want to go in place just right. So I am, of course, they don't want to center either. Just making duplicates of these pillars. Give it a little more to attach to, so it freaks out less. And hopefully it'll center just fine. And not twitch like crazy. Alright, your game plan. Let me just get rid of a good chunk of this visually for now. Slowly put it in the right spot, which I believe is right there. Let it show all. Yes, it is centered. It's fine. It's right where we want it. Alright, and I think I'm now going to finally release this. Wah! All that mess. So we're going to follow up with these. Let's do, just have a dummy here. Just a placeholder. And we're going to get rid of most of this. Carving method is not, like I said, it's not the fastest, it's not the greatest, but it helps you out with some shaping. Because now I can just insert these curves. And fit them right into where the bolt would have been. Let's get 2x3 plate. Okay, from there, might go with a slope into a curve, just so it's not as sharp of a transition. Let's do this one. And we'll do one side for now. and come back to the other side later by just copying and pasting. All right, this can all go. You just put the dome there. He's kind of sleeping wide. I won't lie. Not my problem, though. Not my problem. Okay, and then we can use... I'm going to just steal it from the slipper. I'm going to use this smaller curve. Also, yeah, another benefit of Studio, this piece does not exist yet. At least in most colors. Simply do that. And I think I will... I'm going to cheat a little bit again. Get some plates going. And... I'm going to use this curve tile right there. I'm going to delete the two supports, put the brick back. Now the tile is floating, but another benefit of Studio, doesn't have to be physically accurate. Alright. Now... What are these new? I go with these new curves. New curves are kind of funky. If I can lower them a bit, that'd be nice. So I think what we'll do instead, put some cheese wedges here. And I'll lower that height. And then we'll have to find some ways to kind of move it up half a plate. Fill in this center. And for now, I'll remove these Technic bricks. They're just kind of in the way. And carve a bit more here. Alright, so we want to get half a plate of height. So let's do a snot brick. 2 sticks. So we're going to take a snot brick. And we're going to take a bracket. And all we're going to do is put a bracket on the snot brick. Now we have moved up half a plate. So I'm going to use that as a basis over here. You can see. Ooh, one. I'm going to go up 2 plates from there. Of course, none of the plates want to go where they want to go. Or where I want them to go. Alright. Let's see. Something is not sticking right. So we need to hide some more stuff. Give me some more visual in there. Just get rid of all this stuff out of our way. Alright. So now that we have that half plate difference, you can see we have this groove here, which just ever so slightly puts it below the cheese slopes. So with that in play, we can now bring in, I must have deleted it. I'm going to get my curve back. And we can now cover up that half a plate gap that is in the lip of the curve. Yeah, so by going half plate down, we now cover up most of that little lip. Real tiny stuff, but it gets you a much smoother build overall. And as we transition into the body, I am also missing the other curve I had earlier. Sometimes I just lose the bricks because I accidentally use my dummy model. So we'll put 2 of those down there. All right, now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with the curves. Curves. I'm just going to start working on copying, pasting this lower half so I can work on the center of the bottom. Oh, a lot of deletion. Whoop! Leave our base. A little bit of a misclick. Alright, that's probably just about enough to delete. Now let's get a 2x6 tile to fill in the center space. And now we're just going to get all of this selected and then copy and mirrored. And since we already have the tile in place and didn't copy that one, that's where we can use our attachment points. All right, now that I'm working on that, let's hide the feet, hide the top board, and let's clean up this front edge. Oh, before I do that, I just want to get this tile in here. There we go. Okay. So now, let us fill in a lot of this base. I'm gonna get rid of all these fluffy bricks. All these bricks that don't need to be supporting anymore. So we can use full bricks. So let's start with 1x3. Well, actually, let's not get rid of the front wall. Ah, I lost it all. There we go. So I'll put these plates back in. Realize I shouldn't have deleted them just yet. We're going to fill the center with a bunch of 1x8 bricks. Not an 18 brick, a 1x8. The program cares about what you said. It doesn't care where you want to place your stuff, though. Sure, it clipped through the brick. Yeah, there we go. And this one here. And I'm going to try to get this blue brick so it's not clipping with the top one. It will clip with the bottom because the bottom is not going to be seen. There we go. And let's get a 4x6 plate. should have, once again, left that piece there, but whatever. Fixed up now. I'm watching my time. Yeah. It's taken about 2 hours to get to this point. Not sure we're going to be able to do the full room. I'd like to. I had some big plans for the bookshelf and things like that. Alright. Curves coming out kind of nice. Just kind of okay at the moment. Thinking for this one up here. Probably do this curve. No, that's the short one. I keep losing my stuff. I keep taking my example parts. All right. Let's get some of this deleted. Delete, delete. Oh, come on, Blake. Come on, Blake. Just having these here as placeholders. And I will now get rid of all that. So we can incorporate these curves in the back. Oh, no. Yeah. Just one, too far. There we go. And now, incorporate these curves. And will let me merge? It will. Let's do that to get rid of some of these variables. Can we merge these? We cannot. Get rid of some of the cracks in between all the bricks. Alright. So from here, merge those, and let's do a dummy brick. And that dummy brick will act as our anchor point. So when I copy paste this, it can attach somewhere. We can get rid of those. And then merge the brick below it. Okay. We'll have to bring these slopes together. So I might use kind of specialty slope. Alright, we're going to use one of my current favorite bricks in modern time, or modern releases, the 2/3 tall brick. I have no idea what else to call it. And I'm thinking we can actually get some cool merger here. There's now the long wedge, this piece. Kind of bring those slopes together. It just needs to be raised up by one more plate. And it kind of works. Just have that extra angle, which isn't the greatest, but it'll do. It'll do. And it'll have a bit of a oh, that doesn't want to connect properly. does have a bit of a sharp corner. If I can connect it. If I can connect it. Alright, let's hide some of these, and yeah, now we're in a sea of blue. This build has not been great visual-wise. For the colors, just all blur together as one big blob. Okay, so we want to get rid of that brick. We want to get a plate back in there. Some of these fillet bricks. Less distractions. And we shall put that there. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Show all, and it's still half a plate off. There's that one plate. That's a half plate. So it's still not wanting to connect in the right spot. Is it... Oh, it needs to connect to this buddy. Yeah. Oh. So we'll take these two, connect this stud to this bottom, and bam. Ignore this plate for now. Show all, put it right there. Now, it's incredibly hard to see, but it is flush with that one, just not the back one. And I don't know if I have a solution to fill the gap in the back one. It's just such a sharp little corner. All right. But what we can do is get rid of some more fluff. I'm going to add some plates. Doesn't matter what size. Just so long as I can get it under. Oh, had it for a second. There we go. Underneath. And I'm gonna put a tile. We'll do 2 by 3. Have it go back there. Hide it a little. And now when it shows up, this dome is fully covered underneath. Alright. Not too shabby. Not fantastic either, but not too shabby. Alright, and I think for this bit right here, it's kind of arch going back up. I might just simply go with the 4 long curves of these bad boys. Although we have the 2 by 4 ones now. 2 by 4, 2 by 4. Oh, curved. All right. And now, without further ado, we delete this. Bring that there. Delete that. Delete that. We will see how these curves look before we do anything else. So I think it needs to come down one. I think it's too tall. Yeah, that feels too tall. Let's get rid of those. Move this one to center. And delete that stud. Now let's get some merging. So we have less bricks to work with. Just kind of clean it up a little. And from there, color that blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. Maybe I should have just had his arms on his side, but I picture hands over the chest, kind of thing. It's a bit low. But then again, we're positioning his head and face, or head and feet, to those spots. Plus, it's going to be like that. So yeah, it's not going to... I think we can kind of speed things up because not everything's going to be seen. What we can do here is there's a 1x2 or 2x2 brick. I was going to use a 6x2 plate for some reason, but instead we're going to just use 2x2 curved. I'd love for that to kind of spread out a bit more, but there's not really a good transition from there to the flat surface. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna, all right, hold on. We're gonna get rid of this stuff back here. I'll hide all that. And we will start to move some of this down. All right, I think now we just smoothen out as much as we can. So let's get more curves. Always more. More! More. Get that there. We get a 2x2 plate. We're gonna go for the cutout one. We're just gonna put 2 in there. Top one blue just in case anything peeks out. Probably should have made the bottom one blue too, but whatever. Cover the tile. Now it's all smoothed out. You just have one stud. And I don't think I can get rid of that stud. I don't think there's quarter dome quite like that. All right. And now I'm just gonna start bringing all this back in. Let's see. I should have left a little bit of that so I can see where I'm going. And let's get this hidden so I can fish out this angled plate. I'm just going to put 2 more. And I know I'm taking my dummy brick, or not dummy, my placeholder example brick. But I don't care. I'm just going in with those curves. Actually, I think the last one we will shorten just a tad. Just a tad. So that his head looks like it's sunken back a bit. That still didn't get shortened. What happened here? What happened? Alright, I might go with the other brick instead. Alright. Okay. Now on the back side, we'll use this inverted curve. Yep, now line right up. Use, oh, where'd the longer one go? We got some up front. That there, and, oh, there we go. take that plate, and I just need a tile. I would use a tile if I had one. Didn't just throw bricks willy-nilly. All right, let's do select by type. Actually, let's do type and color so we don't accidentally get anything outside of this. And we're going to get rid of all those pieces. All of them. Alright, now we want to copy paste a lot of this. So for now, I'm going to hide as much as we can without interrupting. Okay. Just a little more. Just a little more. Okay. Do need an anchor point. I didn't leave myself one of those. So we're gonna put 4x4 plates. Oh, 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 right there. All right. Gonna do that. We're going to copy and mirror. With our copied one, we're going to delete a few pieces. There we go. We'll rotate, and now we will connect. There we go. That to that. Shasha. All that filled in just like that. Show all. Unfortunately, this guy's looking like sands. Maybe I should get away from the regular blue with the white pillow. I don't know. I know nothing. It's looking a little too much like the Skelly Man. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Right in there. Right. Oh, you had it. All right. There we go. All right, and we're just going to fill this up with tiles. Do some 2x4s. 1x8, 1x6, and 1x2. We'll get all the tiles we need for this. Now for us here in the States, this is a holiday weekend. So many of us have Monday off. For Labor Day. And I'm hoping with that I will be able to get plenty of building done. For the October builds, of course. And maybe finish this off if I don't. I deleted the worst 1x1 that I could have. Should have used some 2/3 bricks. Hide them away. Alright, so what we're gonna do is use a couple of 2x4s. 1x4ish. And have that hang out under there instead. Oh, come on. One too far, one too close. Make up your mind. Go right in between. There we are. And let's just do copy mirror. Bam. And then delete the top one, because it already exists. All right, any gaps? Any gaps from this side? All right, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Does kind of look like a sick day. All right, we can get all these out of here. We can now do select by color. By color. If we want to try out some other things, we can, such as dark blue. Not the worst. But I'm thinking maybe dark azure. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. I'm gonna leave it at dark blue for now. Kind of hides a little of the choppiness, the darkness. He is definitely way too wide. Definitely way too wide. He's like arms are way out here. He's just, his hands are like way by his thighs. But whatever. From a distance, he'll be fine. We did complete this part though. That is what I wanted. I have about an hour left. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull off a backer wall and everything, but we're certainly gonna try. Let's do this for now. Bed and these. 3 of these. All right, let's put him on the floor. Oh, he flipped right through. Yeah, like I want to raise that backer board, but it might just be too much effort at this point. Okay. One thing I want to do for certain is the night sky. So let's start off with this. Let's just do one for now. We'll do it in black, and we'll tile off most of it. Let's just do a smattering of tiles in random spots. Fix that one, fix those 2 that are just kind of clipped onto each other. All right, make that 3. Studio doesn't know how to work. Like, why is, I guess the tubes are taking priority for some reason. All right. Now that we have that, oh, one more. So that needs to be up there. Let's get some 1x1 plates. I'm just gonna make a nice simple backdrop. Drop as many of these studs as we can. All right, and now let's just fill that with tile. Let me just switch my bricks to black for now. Just gonna start really filling in these gaps. Oh, I will need to fix that. Didn't quite land in the spot I wanted it to. All right, last batch of tiles. And then we can get away from this complete and utter darkness. Get something a little more interesting. All right, I think this is a good one to choose. I'm going to want a, oh, do I want to do a 3x3 dish? Can't think of anything else that's flat, unfortunately. So we'll just do 3x3 ish. Go back to white. And we'll do it 1x1 around. And we have our stars. I don't know. Tell me what you see. You see Sagittarius? Orion? Anything? Any star gazes? Simple. Very effective. Stars. We're just going to put that right outside the window. But between that and the window, all right, we need to make the wall. So let's have a floor molding. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's do that. Let's do that curve piece. Or sorry, arch piece. Let's do this arch piece. I'm just gonna do it sideways. I think that's it. I don't think I'm gonna add anything additional or crazy for the floor molding. I think adding too much won't look. I think adding more than that won't look very good. So I think that'll look good for a floor molding. I was trying to look for an example. I don't have any good examples in here of moldings, roof moldings, floor moldings, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll do this, and we'll do it in, let's do sand blue. That way it's not quite gray. Let's get our good friend, the 1x2x2 by 2x2 by 2x2x2 2x2, and we'll start working on a wallpaper. What do I want to do for a wallpaper? What kind of texture do I want to do? I was thinking of like, we do like a cloud pattern wallpaper to continue with the theming. We can do the clouds in gray so they're not abstracting or obstructing some of the other whites. For now, let's just get some big panels going, so we can just start filling out the wall. We'll do this one in dark azure. So you can keep as much blue as you can for the dream aesthetic. Oh, why has it got to be that way? All right, it's clipping halfway over on one, halfway off on the other. Thanks, Studio. This app. I get it's free, but like now it's clipping front to back. It doesn't want to cooperate in the slightest. All right, we have what we can consider a back wall. And we're going to want to put that as close as possible to this. Right, for now, we'll stick with that. Oh, may as well add a nightstand to make this pop out just a little. We're going to want... I want a second wall. I don't want it to be just by itself. But we're also going to angle this wall. I don't want it to be flat, flush with the other. Why is that off? Is the whole row off? Oh my goodness, it is. This is city app. Alright, we're gonna look real close. It's gonna go right on the stud. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's get back to looking for the right brick to fill this up. We'll switch that color. Okay, going on this side too. And I'm going to be lazy again, and instead of switching to a 1x1, we're just going to leave the 1x2 hiding behind it. Alright, now these floor moldings, we're going to have to hide the one in the back corner, because it's going to start intersecting with itself. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to delete it and not worry about it. Alright. Get some hinges going. So we can splay this wall ever so slightly. Get out of here, floor. There we are. There we have it. A little hinge. Well, that's like a good angle. Alright. I feel like I have too much wall on this side. So let's trim this down just a tad. Maybe just to there. Because the problem is then the sleeping bubble is going to be way outside of the vignette. Come on, come on. There we go. Actually, this one I might split because this edge will be seen. Can I merge these? I can. And I shall. Alright, and this is between two, so we'll make that molding. Same good. There we go. Might be going off too far over here. I think what we'll do is put the bookshelf in the corner and not worry about like a nightstand or anything. So with that, I could probably lob off this. Oh, this one doesn't have the fixed wall panels. There we go. Shasha. Oh, and we'll do the same thing here. Same thing. Get rid of that so it's not sticking out. Back corner, doesn't matter. All right. Starting to look up. Starting to fill out. The floor I made earlier is looking a little too small now. Yeah, definitely want to work on that. Let's just do this. Oh, let's hold off on that for a second. This doesn't want to line up just right. Oh, also, what's going on with this one? There we go. Still not the biggest fan of this floor. But I can't think of much to get to look a little better. Alright, let's do... Now will they slot together like a puzzle piece? Sort of. There's some clipping up top. That's fine. Just do that. I think that was the only one. Cool. Alright, and then let's try to fill in more of this. Get it to look a little less hideous. How about anyone else? What's your dream vacation? I know I'm building the greatest dream vacation, which is peace and quiet. Just getting plenty of rest. How about anyone else? Got any enjoyers of hiking or outdoorsiness? Probably a good old beach. The classic vacay. All right. All right, now we got to... Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. We will connect this all together via one of the best bricks of all time, the headlight brick. I hate that you can still find it under that name, even though it has proper names elsewhere. Oh well, it's the headlight brick. It's going to remain the headlight brick. All right, and we're going to, let's flush out the top just a little bit more. Just a bit, just a bit. Just get nice and smooth. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this floor pattern. It is ugly. Oh, come on. Why does it want to be this way? Alright, let's do 3 at a time. Speed. We got speed now. Going right through it. I think I'm just all vacationed out and there's just not much of an interest in the crazy drive of going, not literal driving, but just going from place to place. There's just so many places I've already been to. And yeah, I'm just not much of a person to care for going out to all those places. That's why I chose this as my dream vacation. Just let me sleep. Just let me sleep. Whoa! You're kidding. That floorboard looks awful. All right, let's go with nougat. I thought I'd go darker for the whole nighttime aesthetic, but it's not looking good. Where is my color select? There we go. Everything shall be nougat, medium nougat. All right. Then we'll want. Let's do dark tan for the spots. And then, what do we do for the offset ones? Maybe, regular tan? Not a fan of it still, but it's a lot better than the all brown. The all brown is not what they wanted in One Piece. I wanted the all blue. Now let's do two. Just do a little. Oh. Okay. All right. I see how you want to be. Let's just slide you out. Oh, come on. All right. So do that. Do that. I'm gonna hide this little thing in the corner. Sure. Hides a little bit. Yeah, I bet the bed could probably move a bit more. Nope. How do I? All right. Do this. There we go. Hard to say. Slide the bed all over. I'll leave a space for now because we want to build that bookshelf. And we are running out of time. So for now, let us select by color. We're just gonna push this wall up. Oh, if it lets us do anything. This silly program. You can't hate the program though. You can't hate Studio because it's free after all. If you hate the program, you don't like something about it, then go volunteer for the studio company to update it and upgrade it. But as far as free things go, this thing's fantastic. Build Lego all day. Now that is a boring wall. We need some spice in our life. So we'll start off with the ever important window. Window. Please. Make it nice and simple. Luckily, windows are just square. Or square. So, nothing crazy for techniques on this one. However, I will go wild. Let's see what we do. We want the 1x2 bar? Window bar? I don't know what you call this piece. Oh, there it is. I found it. Gonna do two of those. We're gonna do 1x2 with clip. We're going to do those, but inverted. I might wait to put the other one in. Actually, I might not put another one in. Again, stability is not our issue. In a real world, I would. But for now, we got the one, and that's all we need. We're going to do cheese wedge. And we're going to put that upside down. Ah, that's not the cheese wedge. That way we have a little bit of tapering underneath. We're going to get our bricks. We're going to get that to go all the way around. We need a tiny cheese slope for the end. Now for the inside. I'm going to put these down. Actually, probably want to offset these just a little. Maybe. Oh, instead of that, let's get a plate with holes in it. Or better yet, we'll just do jumpers. And the jumpers will have jumpers, because that was my initial plan. We'll have to get tile on top to connect all those back together. Tile there. Oh, and it's gonna be a bit short. Okay. Do these tiles. And we get that little bit of molding that comes out ever so slightly. And I think to add to that, we will... I could do rails, but it's going to be an odd number. So I think I need to just stick with plates. Yeah. Unfortunately, can't get super fancy with this one. I did not do that right. There we are. I got that slight molding that goes out just a bit. At least I know of windows that are like that. And then we will very simply make this wooden frame. And we will get the... You want to call these out? So we can put some tiles on the inside. I was thinking of conveying the window being open. Well, I'm not sure about that just yet. So now it's just a boring square. This guy, at least for now. Yeah, we can slide him right in there. Oop. And let's set up our stars. Oh. It's all over the place now. Just kind of line that up. Whoop. Bring it over. Slide it down a little. And probably right around here. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? It's almost done. We're almost getting there. I do want to do a cloud outside and some clouds on the walls that kind of blend together. So it just kind of continues off into the background. Kind of a weird, like, layered perspective thing. I might need to move these all closer together. Let's try that. So I feel like the Z's are getting a little too far out. Actually, let's do all of these just a little bit more like that. We'll kind of do a bit of a vertical dot 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 instead. Or maybe not. That feels like it's too far. I guess I'm really zoomed out now. That's not helping. And then let's get the window to be a different color. Maybe tan? Tan feels safe. Tan feels like a very safe color to put it. Although it doesn't quite match his furniture. But we'll see. We'll see. Just get it off of white for now. Oh no. I have painted the background tan. There we go. Little different. A little different. I'm just really happy about those slippers. I just know you can't really see them. I might take more of a camera angle like this. Here's the moon. And you take the moon, and you take the moon. Okay, alright. I just really need that bookshelf to fill in that left side. Bring a little bit of visual interest. Yes, sure-y. Oh, how do I want to do it? Not sure. Not sure. So I feel like the bed was pulled off pretty well. Let's do a 6 by 12, maybe. Yeah, because it'll be widened up. Oh, it looks tiny. Maybe not 6 by 12. I'm indecisive on that. Is there 6 by 16? There is. I doubt it exists nowadays, but definitely doesn't exist in brown. All right. We're back to building in a lot of brown. So let's do some snot work. And try to keep this a little bit in theme with the bed. So let me sneak in here. And we're going to hide a lot of these pieces. I don't know what I just... Oh. Went back to the main model somehow. We're just going to take this. just to get a little bit of visual similarity to the rest of the build. It'd be nice if I typed the right thing. It's not 2/4. That's clearly half. But 2/3, 2/3 brick, hide that down there. And then we can probably get a different kind of feet. Not as elegant as the bed, but I think simple jumper and plate below it will be fine. Now we're back to just only brown. This is a nightmare. And then one height would probably be enough. I feel like if I go too far, it's gonna look real ugly for a cabinet, for a shelf. Well, that's gonna look ugly too. They're on top of each other. Oh, come on, studio. Right there. Right there. All right. Voila. It has feet. Very simple feet. It is still looking very small, but maybe I could just keep the camera close. All right. Okay. So we want to add some visual flair to it, not just let it be very boxy and square. So I say we go with some schnot, and we do it with, let's see, don't want to do ingots. Ingots is too much. We can do some cheese slopes. The problem is if we do cheese slopes, I'm going to want to really widen it, or at least widen the walls. So might be cheese slope into the tile on the inside, maybe. But we're going to do a bracket on the front and snot bricks on the side. And then from here, we can do 6 tile. This will be our outer wall. Oh, this is the ugly old one. There we go. We'll have the big tile. And that'll go on the outside wall. And then we will do a 2x6. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. That was supposed to be fixed. I changed a bunch of settings this morning, and it was supposed to keep it from crashing, but instead it still did it after 2 hours. But yeah, we're going to use a bracket on the front to give it a little bit of sloping, and then use a snot brick on top to get the tiles on the inside. And now that we have the bracket pushing out half a plate, it'll make the cheese slope line up the tile and give us just a little bit extra thickness. Just a little more. Just a little. However, I was going to have this recessed just a little bit, but if I have it recessed, now it's going to overhang by 1 brick behind. You know what? It doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. It doesn't matter. So let us get tile 1x2. Apparently there's a 12 tile. 1x2. We're going to use these cut slopes. We're going to have them in the front. And then we're going to put some 1x6 plates, please. Thank you. Those right there. Okay. For this middle bit, So this will just simply go right on there, right on the tile. And that's going to be our in-between shelves. In-betweeners. But for the back, we might go with I don't know how else it's going to work in studio. But my idea is just more on these tiles. But it's going to be offset. Oh, come on. So that it is halfway in between. Oh, that's not going to work with us. All right. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Type me in the coordinates. That looks good. First try. First try. All right. That's that one. Let's get some bigger tiles in here. Let's do 3x6. Oh, this is gross. Some of these tiles are supposed to be some of these parts are supposed to be removed. Like, hide it. Hide that from me. I don't want to see that. Same with the is this the ugly 6x6? I'm wasting time now, but I want to clean up just a little bit. Look at that. See? Gets rid of a whole row of tiles. No need to be wasteful. Alright, 4x4 is a real thing. 2x4 is a real thing. Or modern day thing. Let's do what did I do? 14? It's close enough. It was 2x16. Whatever. We're gonna put that right here. 5th time's the try. I'll add some tiles. And now, without copying everything, without copying everything else. So I'm gonna hide all this. There we go. Alright, without copying everything else, we're going to copy and mirror this to that side, and voila. Now we have a shelf. Well, not quite. Let's get some tiles in there. And just a little bit more in the back. Now those, we have our first shelf. I want to just copy paste the rest of the shelves, but if I use this bottom corner, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So we're going to have to build a little bit of a custom base. Studio really hates you when you don't use spaces when typing. Alright, so we're going to use those. And now we can copy paste. We're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking once we do. Come on. Nope. Oh, hip. Hip hop, hippity hip hop, bangity bang bang, the boogie up, dump, boogie, the rhythm of the boogie beat. Jeez. There we go. We did it. We put the part on the part. Okay. But we're missing that whole floor. So what we want is 6x14. So 2 shorter than the top, right? Oh, we want 4 shorter. 6x12. There we go. Now we're on something. And then some 2x4s in the back to fill in the gap. Oh my goodness, how specific do you want me to be for the plate? You silly, silly program. Come on. Right in the gap. Right, okay. There we go. And then just gotta do it again on the other side. I'm sure this light is just all blinding to anyone watching. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be quick. Maybe I should have switched it to brown ahead of time. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we have some shelves. I think what I'll do is we'll hide these brown parts. Copy this once more. Actually, I'm gonna do up to here. Hide those. I guess these could just be IKEA shelves, since they're white. Blinding IKEA shelves. Oh, something. Oh, weird. Okay. Extra plate up there, don't know why. Alright, I know now to just place them first because they're not going to want to cooperate. The good old-fashioned studio way. One. And we have... We should have two, but it doesn't want to. All right, grab it from the bottom. Up. It's one off in every direction. There we go. Oh, I guess we had these weird like paneling on the side, but whatever. Okay. Now, take our plates and just shove it on top. I'm not confident about that. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, hey, let's just turn it all brown now. That's a wooden shelf. Look at that. It's a weird wooden shelf, but I'll take weird over boring and boxy. Let's find some arches. Some inverted arches. We'll do a little bit of a plume into the corners. Or does that feel too fancy? Should it just be flat? I feel like maybe it should just be flat. Yeah. This feels a little weird. It's a very basic wooden shelf. All right, we're gonna make this into a submodel. So that way we can come over here and start decorating. So what I had in mind is trophies, action figures of sheep for dreaming, and then probably just books. And then you probably won't see the bottom. Well, probably will see the bottom one. But books is just a good generic last minute one. So let's see. Hey, we got sheep. We got sheep. There are sheep. All right. The sheep are going to be real easy. All right. We're just going to place them, rotate them, call them good. I can't make them electric. Oh, I could add electricity. So you're dreaming of electric sheep. But I don't know if I will. Could be fun. Could be fun. bring them out just a little bit more. So they're not so far back. And so when the camera's angled, you kind of see it a little better. All right, and then we're gonna want to build some trophies. It's gonna go gold, silver, bronze. So you get 1, 2, 3, and it says it makes it look like it's counting sheep. So let's do our friend, the 2x2x2, with 2x2 on side. 2x2, 2x2. Actually, let's do the one with extra studs on sides. Yeah. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're gonna find the trophy pieces. Trophy. Let's do, we got the traditional one. Oh, Scala one's huge. Hold on. Scala might be gold. Hold on. And then tiny for bronze. I've never had a Scala trophy. It's funny how big it is. All right, we need a jumper for that. Jump. Jumper. The Scala one might be too big for the shelf. But let's one thing at a time. 2x2, let's do a 2x2 tile. And then we're gonna do one of the funky modes of this and see what it has for replace. It has a 1 and a 7. No 2 or 3 though. 1 and 7. It must have been like a race car or something. Number 71, number 17. Oh, here we go. Oh, these are really goofy looking numbers though. Another 1 and 7. I wonder if they're mirrored or something. Okay, we might be stuck with the goofy numbers. Like that. Alright. Oh, it made me lose my spot though. Can I just search for 3? That didn't help. That didn't help at all. There's dice 3 and 4 and numbers, but he's like so dumb. Alright. We got 1, a 2, a 3. Alright, will this Scala trophy? No. There's our answer. It's too dang tall. Alright, I think I have a solution for this, which is going to be using these pieces on their sides. I keep rotating. I meant to delete it. Alright, but the Scala is a little bigger, so we're going to add 1 or 2 plates. Not in the replace section. Oh my goodness. Plate! Plate up. God, these goofy numbers. Let's put it on tan background. Kind of a black, wooden black. And then we're just gonna do gold. We're gonna do pearl gold. We're gonna do flat silver. And this one can be dark tan. Sure. The very base can be brown. And snot bricks. And there's 1 jumper. And then we're going to add some tiles to the sides, give them a little bit of thickness. Especially this gold trophy needs it. What do we do for... Oh, you know what? Let's do slopes instead. If I could just spell right today, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'm just going to take this moment while I fix my mistake, or add to this, to remind everyone, if you've enjoyed the stream, any bits of it, if you'd like to see more building in the future, go ahead and drop a follow. I gotta do the shill thing. I feel like that's the only way I'll be able to remind people. If you're watching this on YouTube or live, appreciate you for stopping by. You may as well drop a follow if you want to see some more mock building content. Podiums. I know the podium's a bit big for these, but I can't make the gold one bigger because it's not going to fit. All right. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, if you like the stuff, want to drop a follow. I'm always going to be mock building on Sunday streams. Probably more physical stuff, but for now I want to do some digital today. I just didn't want to bother building this out of my parts. Just kind of want to save my parts for other things. Got some big stuff planned for October, so I don't want to take from that. These are my trophies for my prize sheep. Unrelated prize sheep. Oh, the 3's not even on it. What was it on? What is it doing? All right, I know a way to fix this. 2x6 plate. There we go. And the one, it needs to be moved just a little bit far forward, a little bit further up. What number are we looking at? What coordinate's changing? Okay, between 32 and 22. So to do 26. Not 2,000. Not 5,000. That's a bit far. That's a bit far. Let's do, I think it would be going up 29. Yeah. Yeah, moved in a little. Moved in enough for me. All right, and then the 2, we'll center it a bit more. We want 46, 44. That looks good. That Scala trophy just barely fits. It must be exactly that height. No, that'd be weird if it was. I think it has a little space, right? Actually, that's really weird. Yeah, if it lines up with the half of plates. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call these the Thunder Sheep action figures that he has on the shelf. That way we can make them the dream of electric sheep joke. Shouldn't be too hard, just dangle a few from the ceiling. So we'll do chip stud. Okay, I don't know. What is it called? It's a new piece. There we go. Stud with clip on bottom. I'm just gonna put one in the back corner. And then we're gonna find the lightning piece. There it is. Wave electrical. Thanks to Emperor Palpatine. We can now hang our sheep electricity. Okay, I might do a little bit of hide so we can get in there a bit better. Oh, I deleted the light. No. Okay, there's the electricity. It's back. Okay. So we will we'll just set these up for now. Oh, oh. There, and there. And then we can now hide the rest of the ceiling. Alright, so now we can shimmy these around. Let them flop a little forward. There we go. Probably should have done all this before copy pasting, but whatever. Now we get more variables. Okay, we'll switch these to blacks that are hidden, and this to trans yellow, I guess. Let's do trans light blue. Even though they technically don't come in that color, but actually, now that I think about it, how do you properly color these things in Studio? Because they're dual molded normally. All right, let's hinge. Okay, let's just do show all first. It's gonna get crowded a little bit more, but I want to be able to rotate these. Please rotate towards the sheep, the sheep, the sheep, the sheep. Okay. I'm gonna go blind here for a second. There we go. I say if this solid color is starting to look like the Chima piece. All right, he's got his Electro Sheep action figures. You know, I think to add a little more, we'll give him a little bit of a wire up the top. Not wire, antennae. Antennae. Just gonna do simple, yeah. Yeah, those are Electro Sheep action figures. That's how you do it. Okay. So all that's really left is the books. The books. Let's make this real simple. We'll do 2x6. Just gonna do. Okay, so I might switch the backboard to a plate. So it gets real simple on how to attach this thing. On all these books. Give myself a different attachment point. Oh, this looks awful. All right, connect. Oh my goodness. It's all the brown. I can barely see it. I can't imagine what everybody else is seeing. All right, let's connect. This stud. Oh, no, not that stud. Not that stud. Okay. This, oh my goodness. This stud to to that tube. Haha! We did it. We got it connected. Nope, it's backwards. Shoot! Alright, I want to connect. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, everybody. That stud, right? That's the stud. Yeah, it looks to be. Oh no, I want to connect the tube. That's why. That's why it's not wanting to work. All right, that tube to that stud. Hey, there we go. All right. Now, we will put this book here. Let's do cheese slopes. Give it a bit of a textured spine. And we can make this, let's make it sand green for the first one. I have no idea what just happened to the camera. I didn't like that. Didn't like that. All right, sand green. And I think this boy will be this guy. We'll have some comic books. So let's do 6x6 tiles. And to help connect those, let's drop a bracket right in there. Do that. Go hua. And then we can do electric boogaloo. Hide some of these pieces. Hide a lot. Hide a lot of it. Hide a bunch. And now we're gonna do a bunch of plates. Gonna drop plates right here. Oh, it's backwards. There we go. Put a bunch of plates here. And then delete the top one. Copy. Oh my goodness. This doesn't want to cooperate either. Oh, right there. All right, then we delete the next plate. Copy, paste, plate, delete, copy, paste. And this should be the last one. Copy, paste. Okay, I may have miscounted. I think it's actually one shorter than that. Yes, it's not clipping. But we can fix this by just shifting this book over. So I'm gonna do is highlight all these sand green parts, even though I can barely see the back ones. I'm gonna make them into a submodel. And just be very blunt with the name. And now we're just gonna move it out of there. What do we want? We want a hole. Okay. Can bring it out a little bit? Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. And then I think we will actually copy paste this book. Right there. I'm actually going to put a hinge. Hinge. How do you spell it? Hinge. Hinge might not be the thing I want. Might be closer to a swivel. Rotate. Nope. All right. One by one. Round. Yeah. Poor man's hinge plate. All right. Now we're gonna hinge it that way. There we go. And we're going to oh, went too far out. Upper model. There we go. Unlink. We're gonna make this one not nougat, not that blue. What colors do we have? Dark orange? I think dark orange would look good if I can find it. There we go. We're going to shimmy this just barely out of there. Okay, but it wants to go off of its own placement. So instead of letting that dictate it, we're going to place this random cone here. Then we're going to hit move. And now the cone takes advantage. So I'm going to move it up, which needs to go down. Move this to 4. Still clipping just a hair. So we're gonna go down to 3. There we go. Now the book is tilted. It's not clipping with the bottom. It is clipping with the top, but no one will see that. I lied. Everyone will see that. Not if we send it back just a little. Just a hair. If they'll let me. There we go. So then it just looks like a shorter book. And now, with these comic books, I want to do red, green, blue, yellow. Maybe they're vinyls. Maybe they're not comic books. Maybe he has vinyls on a bookshelf. I don't know. And then maybe what happens if I look up robots? I kind of go cheap on this last bit. Oh, let's just make a little dude. We're gonna make a little dude. Oh, I like these robot legs. Here we go. All right, so let's get R. No. Pneumatic. Pneumatic. Pneumatic T. That. That. We're gonna do a snot brick. So number 1 stood. It's getting late. It's getting late, chat. I'm flopping like a fish. Put that in sideways. Let's turn him around so we can see him better. Give him this dumb pre-made robot head. And then he'll have arms. Just have the arms. We'll hinge those out. And copy mirror. And then, so we don't lose rotation, we'll just do automatic connect. And we'll do a 1x2 round tile. maybe, for the chest. Nah. Let's do a 1x1 tile. We'll do that and hinge that around to be that. Kinda. It kinda works. It's good enough for what we need. Oh boy. Alright, let's do 1x1 plate. Get that hidden. Oh. Hide that. Do this. Do that. Take robots. Robots should be probably a different color, right? Should be super robots. So we'll do that. That red. And that yellow. He's gonna be a little super robot. And let's see if we do dark gray. There we go. Super bot. Bit bot bow. Pretty bow bow bow. And then we can hinge. And we can move. Delete that. Show everything. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. And then I think we'll turn the back into tiles. There's also a random piece there now. Alright. Let's get rid of that. Do all this. Connect that to here. Bam, it's a smooth bookshelf. We can put the bookshelf off to one side. Oh, the studs at the bottom are helping. Hold on. Help me get it angled at least. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Alright, we're getting a good camera angle too. Look at that. Look at that. I need the moon to be further away from the Z's though. I might need to move the Z's again. The Z's. I think move it a little closer too. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Didn't quite get the clouds in there, but I think this is where I'm gonna have to call it. This was a pretty good run. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more things like it, we'll do a lot more physical building with little things, bigger things, whatever have you. I had the whole camera set up for the big wazoo, big showcase. I didn't get to show off all my fancy new parts, but that's whatever. That is whatever. But I'm glad you could join me for building this bedroom. This dream vacation, so to say. And again, if you like it, go ahead and give me a follow. I don't know, you go check out my stuff on Instagram. That's where I post all the photos and finished models. I'm starting to see that bulge is a little awkward, but it's supposed to be his arms kind of crossed back in. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. yeah, thank you much for watching, and goodbye. 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 Where is it? There it is. Goodbye. Bye. Now I'm going to have nightmares about electric sheep. Whoopsies.